Hey, y'all. What's up, everybody? Let's see. Oh my gosh. Shout out to all of y'all in the chats. What's up, beautiful people? How are y'all doing today? Mama DAX. What's up, love? Elisa Williams. Alicia. What's up, Alicia? What's up, Adrian? I'm so ready for this topic because I live with a narcissist mom, trying my best to get out of this mess. It had got worse, shaking my head. Wow. Well, welcome. So glad you're here. Shout out to my kings and queens. What's up, Queen Leandria? How you doing, love? So good to see all of you, my members, my moderators. I see y'all warriors on deck, ready to slay. What up, Keenly Embryos? How you doing? Shout out to you, member. The Disarm Target 6891. Shout out to you, Queen. How you doing today, member? So good to see all of you. I definitely got to dedicate this cup to my good empath friend, Nita. Nita, I appreciate this gift. It's coming in handy, as you can see. Thank you for looking out for your girl. Princess Aztec, how you doing, warrior? She said, we are the scapegoats that flip the script on them, and I love it. Yes, we did. And we shall continue. What up, Oceans? What up, Full Grace? Lisa Banks, how you doing? First time, welcome in. Shout out to all my new subscribers. Shout out to those of you who are just discovering this channel for the first time today. Whatever drew you here, you're welcome here. So, join the community with all your fellow survivors of narcissistic abuse. I need to fish. It's difficult to love them because they seemingly don't love themselves or anyone else. And hate that you can forgive. Oh yeah, you're on it. You're on it. Hey Cheryl Jenkins, how are you doing, member? God bless you, Oceans. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad this community has been helping you. That's really amazing. I'm truly blessed to know that you're here and that you're thriving beautifully with us on today. What's up, Desiree Strong? How you doing, fam? Good to see you. Where's everybody checking in at? I know it's Sunday evening where I am. I'm Eastern time right now, checking in from Atlanta, Georgia. I'd like to know where you guys are at, where you're checking in from. And man, is anybody getting some of this hurricane weather? Like, I don't know what's going on with this, but it's definitely not cute over here right now with all this rain and thunder. It doesn't change the day for me whether it's raining or not, but it just switched up from summer like straight into fall. Cassandra Barty, South Carolina. Okay, okay. Cheryl Jenkins says the same. South Carolina. Alicia Bowie, Maryland, Washington D.C. area. Okay. Ivan Aquan, hello from Ireland. What's up, Ireland? Ocala, Florida, Queen Leandria. Okay, okay, okay. Oh man, how's that Florida weather? Checking in from Chicago, Illinois, says Desiree Strong. Queen Leandria said I went straight black out on my dysfunctional crowns of a family. I found my strength through my pain. No more open doors, but leaving them closed. Okay, I love that. You guys know I'm very anxious to talk about this topic. This one is very, very close to my heart. And, like I said, good evening to you all. I know that if you're watching this, if you're even catching the replay, I know that this is a topic that you may have interest in because this is entitled Escaping a Narcissistic Family and Surviving Toxic Relationships. So, if whatever drew you here because you probably need to hear this and join this conversation today. So, shout out to you and welcome in. I see y'all checking in. I see New York in the house, Texas in the house. That's what's up. Welcome, everybody. Shout out to you all for taking this moment to, check in with me. I see UK. Okay, what's up? What's up, Tam? Tam, how you doing, beautiful lady? Amazing journey. I appreciate your boldness and speaking on behalf of all of us. I went through hell and still going through hell through the divorce process. Much love to you, amazing journey. I'm with you. You are going to make it. It's definitely a process and a journey, but you got this. We got each other, right, family? Yeah, so shout out to everybody and welcome in from wherever you are. Please feel free to subscribe if you haven't. If you're new here, hit that like button, share the content, and drop a comment if you are pulled to speak. And furthermore, to contact me, to discuss what you are currently going through, share your story with me, work with me, life coaching, or just connect as a networking opportunity, please look at the description box below for my contact information. You'll see my email, you'll see the link to book life coaching sessions with me. You'll even see the link to purchase merchandise from your girl, Mommy So True. So thank you so much for being here, to all of you as we discuss the topic at hand today. So, as I've mentioned, you guys, this is entitled Escaping a Narcissistic Family. And furthermore, surviving toxic relationships. To me, they go hand in hand. They kind of go hand in hand. So, we're going to talk a little bit and deep dive into this topic today. And just like for me, it's probably going to hit home for a lot of you as well. Um, to me, this is a topic that's brushed under the rug a lot. There's so much content out there about being in a romantic relationship with narcissists. There's so much content about that aspect. Not enough do we hear about, you know, surviving or escaping this when it's your family, when it's people that you've trusted, when it's people that's literally given birth to you. And so I want to take a moment on my channel today with my community and address what's on my heart related to this topic. And just bear with me, guys. I'm going to go through comments towards the end here. Once I get into a space of, I think I got the message out, we'll dive into the comments, but feel free to share your thoughts and interact with each other in the live if you are here and if you are in the chat. It's all good. It's all good. Shout out to my moderators. They're here to assist you if you need information or extra detail. They'll help you out. They'll help you out. So, like I said, it's a topic that is often brushed under the rugs, and it can bring a lot of uncomfortable feelings and difficult memories when you start talking about the abuse from the family dynamic and the family aspect of narcissism. So we're going to talk about it and address it here on my channel with your girl, Mommy So True, as I'm talking about escaping the narcissistic family and toxic relationships. Like I've mentioned so many times before, this journey, this healing journey post narcissistic abuse is painful, and it can oftentimes be a lifelong journey. You see, when you're born into your family, your expectation as a human being is to be loved, to be supported, to be nurtured, to be cared for, to be cared about, to be cared of, to be thought of, to be thought of, to be properly parented, because it goes much deeper than just having clothes on your back, having a roof over your head. It's way more than that comes with parenting than that. I mean, because if they're not doing that, they breaking the law, right? I mean, aren't you supposed to put clothes on your kids? Aren't you supposed to feed your kids, right? Leave it to a narcissistic family, though, that, they think that they owe you, or you owe them. They think that you owe them your life because they've supplied the necessities that you needed as a kid. It's crazy. This is crazy making, and it's very complex and challenging. And if only you know, you know. So cheers to you, survivor. If you've been through this, going through this, and you understand this, okay? Because not everybody gets it. Not everybody has been there, and not everybody understands where this is coming from, and and what we're talking about here. But if you've escaped this, if you're surviving this, man, kudos to you. This is the most difficult journey in like of a lifetime. I don't know. I mean, I've never had any, terminal illnesses or anything like that, so I can't compare it to dying, but it feels like death. Whatever I could imagine death feeling like, it feels like a slow death. Literally. It feels like a slow death. Your own mom, your own siblings, your own people trying to kill you, trying to get rid of you. That's literally what it feels like. And it can be manifested physically too, because a lot of us who've gone through this, physically, our bodies started to fall apart. Things started to go haywire inside of us, even to the mental side of things. A lot of us, we're so messed up, so damaged, and so fucked up from narcissistic upbringing. We got to be medicated. We got all kind of anxiety problems and all kind of stuff. All kind of stuff. It just is what it is, got our own disorders or whatever. It just is what it is. It's just the truth about this crap. And then, not to mention the difficulty of having your own healthy relationships because you've been parented, or misparented, I should say. You've been in the hands of these monsters since you were birthed. And it's crazy. Um, so like I said, we expect to be surrounded by the people who have our best interest at heart when we're born into families. But when you're in a narcissistic family, that's not how it goes. That's not what ends up happening. Some of us are born into this narcissistic web where love is conditional. Love is conditional in this dynamic. You're constantly criticized. You're often belittled. Nothing you good seems to be good enough. You have to certainly do certain things to receive certain types of treatment or a certain amount of love. Those of us who had those, overachieving type parents pushing you to the max, cheering you on for you to excel, but it wasn't for your benefit, it was for theirs. That type of behavior, that's narcissistic upbringing. That's a narcissistic family. You know, the pressure of being someone that you're not, trying to make you who they want you to be, trying to mold and school you into being what they want you to be. And it's really sad, um, when you think about how much they take from you, just on a mental level, emotional level. Most times, coming out of this type of family environment, you're forced to grow up. You're forced to be a parent. You're forced to be a savior. You're forced to take on the responsibilities that your own parents should have taken, or your caregiver, I should say, because sometimes it can be a grandmother. It could be that uncle they left you with. It just don't even matter. It just don't even matter. And so it's it's an environment that creates a sense of unworthiness for the children that are involved. It's just so toxic. So toxic. And a lot of times the children involved in these environments mostly do become narcissistic, if not a narcissist themselves. It's just, it's good to see that there are children that go through this that end up being resilient and strong and flip the script. Those generational curse breakers. It's good to see that we exist too. We didn't allow the trauma to make us demons. We didn't allow the trauma to make us hateful and spiteful and hurt other people. That's what we didn't do. We didn't allow the trauma to make us think that conditional love is normal and okay. So cheers to you and shout out to you if you are that thriver and that survivor coming out of narcissistic family upbringing and dynamics, because you are a true survivor and a true warrior. So proud of you. So proud of you. And I'm happy to hear that. I think that it is so important when we are talking about escaping narcissistic families and surviving toxic relationships. We have to come to a very deep realization. A lot of times I like to refer to it as radical acceptance. We have to understand the makeup of the narcissist, the design of the narcissist, how the narcissist is truly designed. We have to accept in our mind and in our little spirits that we're not dealing with no normal human beings. You're talking about escaping these people, escaping this family dynamic. You're talking about becoming and choosing to be awoken to something you've been sleeping about your entire life. I want to take a moment to talk about why your narcissistic parents had you. And maybe you don't know these reasons. It took for me to really accept these reasons and these whys for me to successfully escape the narcissistic family dynamic system and also start identifying and break away from toxic relationships. The main why and the main reason you should ever hang on to is that you are surrounded by selfish and jealous people, mainly selfish. Because one of the core foundations of narcissism is it's all about me, self-observed, to the point where they can't reflect internally with themselves to address what's wrong with them so they can fix it like a normal, healthy, when I say normal, I'm talking about a healthy human being like you. The one who they've tried to make doubt that you're the narcissist. No, you're a healthy human being. You know how to introspect. They can't. This is where their selfishness comes from. This is where the lack of empathy comes from. This is where the entitlement and it's me, it's me, it's me. I don't care about you and nobody else. That's where that comes from. So thinking about the family dynamic, why did your narcissistic parents have you? Maybe that's something you need to really understand. Maybe write it down on a post-it and look at it every day. If you're one of those people struggling to go no contact, contemplating no contact, thinking maybe you should feel bad for cutting off your own mama. No. No, let's go ahead and validate valid points and valid reasons why they deserve the cutoff. Why the cutoff must be brutal, why the cutoff is very powerful, why it needs to be done, why it's more than necessary. The number one word I want you to remember as I'm going through this list with you is the word selfish. Number one reason why your parents had you. And please understand that this means this is not your fault. It was never your fault. It will never be your fault. This means that they are the problem and not you. This means that they're the ones who's crazy and cuckoo in the head. You're not. There's nothing crazy about you. They want you to feel crazy. They want you to believe you're crazy, but you're not crazy. The real crazy is them. And let me tell you why. Because I'm about to describe what crazy means. Crazy is that narcissistic parent that had you because they needed to gain narcissistic supply. A child is is probably number one top tier narcissistic supply for a narcissist, because a child will make you feel good, try to put whatever they can do to fulfill your needs. A child can be talked to crazy, walked all over and controlled and manipulated because they don't know no better. There's no better source of supply for a narcissist than a child. So why did they have you? A lot of people be wondering why you were born into a narcissistic family and they always had their own selfish intentions. That's why you came along. They needed narcissistic supply. Those of you like, why do they have so many kids? They need narcissistic supply. And they are grooming that child from the moment they have them until they become old as hell. They're grooming them to be their puppet. Can't even think of a better word. Their puppet. They're grooming that child to be their puppet. That child is going to be a good, hefty source of supply for the rest of their life. They're so selfish that they had you because they are obsessed with control and dominance. They're obsessed with control and dominance. Why? Because narcissistic people are empty inside. The only way they can fill their empty cup is to mess with you. If a narcissist can convince you that something is wrong with you, it takes away from them having to pay attention to what's really wrong with them. That's the only way an empty person can fill their cup, is by enjoying drama and chaos. So we can distract ourselves from the fact that we're empty. We can paint this picture. We can have this false narrative. Do whatever we can do to make sure that you never pay attention to address or notice that really they're empty. Why not focus on criticizing you? Why not focus on beating you down, talking bad about you? Why not focus on body shaming you? You know, am I making sense? So, dominance and control. That's the reason why they had you. The third reason why is because they need to fulfill their own needs. They have children to satisfy their emotional needs because most of the time narcissists are lonely ass people. They can have all type of stuff in the world. They can have all kind of money to the roof, but they're not satisfied. Sometimes they think a child might satisfy that loneliness. Let me have a baby so I don't have to feel alone. They do that with marriage too. They're codependent like that. Toxically codependent. They must have someone. They need someone. They need supply or they will die. Literally, that's real. That's facts. Another reason why they have you selfishly is because they live vicariously through their kids. If they couldn't achieve things in their life, they are programming their children to be the one to do it. Let you not be that only child. You know, you have some narcissistic family members and parents who portray this amazing narrative to people. The family got it all together. All her kids are smart. They all in college. Everybody is doing something. Maybe she didn't get that far in life. And she feels like she has a point to prove. She got to, she got to compare her life with the neighbors and the church members. And she has to have those kids to come in and do the things that she couldn't do, like maybe marry a rich man. So she's going to mold her daughter to chase after rich men. Like, you know what? I couldn't get them. I'm going to teach you how to get them. You got those narcissistic mothers that give you the worst advice in the world, push you towards being the worst version of them that like, it's like, wait, what? Huh? And then on the flip side, you have the ones who criticize you, talk about you for walking down the same path that they went in life. And it's like, wow, where is the love? You talking about me, but you did the same thing. Matter of fact, you did even worse. You coming for me and my parenting style, but you weren't even a parent in my life. Who, Jesus, this thing gets crazy, y'all. These narcissistic families, it gets crazy. When this is your own mother and your own father, oh, this thing get crazy. Another reason why they have kids is to enhance their image. They want to come off as caring. They want to come off as giving. They want to come off as a good parent. They want to come off as, the best dad in the neighborhood. Whatever it is, image that they're trying to create, a lot of times a child is going to fit that image. Let me go ahead and have these kids because I'm a pastor of this church. Me and my wife, we need to represent the church. So you got these narcissistic pastors with all these kids and don't love not one of them. Don't know how to love them. Could care less about loving them. It's all about how they fit the image that they want to put up with the church. On Sunday, everybody see y'all all cute and dressed up like a family, like y'all just big and happy and holy. But they ain't never open their mouth and say, I love you at home. Just stuff like that. Never even embraced you with a real, genuine hug. Never have sat there and listened to you emotionally while you were going through something that affected your mind. Never accepted you for who you are, judged you with every ounce of their soul. They judged you. You were never good enough. Then beat you down with the Bible on top of that. Oh, Lord Jesus. If that was you, my heart goes out to you. The reason why they have you too is because they want to secure a caregiver for the future. Your narcissistic parents think you owe them something. They think that by the time you reach your successful state in life, you need to be building them a house, putting them in a mansion, making sure they got $100,000 in their bank account, make sure they traveling all over the world. You need to be making sure that they are walking on gold, even though they never saw you as a kid. Even though they beat you and your siblings for no reason. Even though they never hugged you and said, I love you. Even though you spent your whole life walking on eggshells around them because of how mean they were. Even though they put you out before you were old enough to take care of yourself. But you owe them your life. You owe them your money. They gave birth to you because in their sick narcissistic head, you're supposed to grow up one day and come take care of this parent who has no respect for you whatsoever. And because they've groomed you, they really believe that you're going to believe that that is truly your job. And if you don't, you're going to hell and all this other stuff they done told you, right? Woo! Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. So on top of that, check this out. Those narcissistic parents, they have us to secure a relationship or a marriage at the time. Remember, this is a selfish thing. This is a selfish person we're talking about. Giving birth to you never had nothing to do with you. Matter of fact, it didn't have nothing to do with your dad. They could care less about your dad. That's why they probably dogged your dad. That's why your dad wasn't even barely in the picture, or vice versa, right? Because at the time, they had their own intention. And a lot of times, those narcissistic parents, they had us because our dad or our mother was a new supply for them. The cycle continues. The cycle is the same. The cycle is repetitive. The cycle is what the cycle is. Somebody was a new supply somewhere in that equation, and it was a act that was done with no remorse, no care, no love, no selflessness behind it, no thought behind it. It was just done because they're whores. They like to hop around. They're busybodies. That's why your dad has all these kids, different women. Your mother, she was bouncing around from dingling to dingling. Narcissistic. Carelessly having children with no intent to care for them, no plan for the future, none of that. That is a narcissistic parent. Those are them. Them is the ones we are talking about today. To secure some kind of relationship or some kind of marriage. Because again, it's about control, it's about image, and it's about remaining selfish. And then on top of that, children are created because they want to gain sympathy and attention. Oh, I'm that struggling single mom. You just like to hear yourself say that. You want to cry, I'm struggling for the rest of your life because you're a user. You're no different than a homeless man standing on the side of the street downtown right now with their hand out. You ain't no different. Having kids so you can, woe is me. I sacrificed my life for my kids. It ain't nothing I wouldn't have did for my kids. You just want to have children so they can have sympathy for you because you sacrificed your body to have children that nobody held a gun to your head for you to have. Wow. A special kind of stupid. A special kind of sick shit, if you ask me. Special kind of demon, if you ask me. That is sick. Children are just pawns. They're just objects to the narcissist, man. Children don't mean a damn thing to a narc. Nothing. They have them to seek validation for their self. You know, they have you, they're strict with you, they force you to go to school, they make you learn stuff. Before you're 10, they told you were going to be a nurse and that's what you're going to be and that's it, or they're going to disown you, all that kind of talk. It's because that's going to validate them if you grow up to be what they know the world would approve of because it's going to fit their image. My God, they have you to prove their worth. Let me show everybody how amazing my daughter is. I got a son who has accomplished this, that, and the third. I want to be able to brag about my kids in a very unhealthy way. Healthy parents, of course, you want to be able to say positive things about your children. No one's taking that from any parent out there. But the narcissist way of doing that is more of a corruptive, obsessive, evil way of doing that. It's like, I want to be praised because my child is successful. That is crazy. That is crazy. I want to be given a damn trophy because my kids are smart. That is crazy. That's basically saying I want to be called God. Like you don't control your children. They are not extensions of you. That's not how that shit works. You know? And then they have their children because they want to avoid their own problems, y'all. They want to avoid their own problems. That's why you'll have a narcissist with a whole bunch of kids, a whole bunch of cars, a whole bunch of money, houses. They got ducks, chickens, and rats running around the house. They just so preoccupied, so busy. Because it's intentional. I need to distract everybody and myself from facing the fact that I have personal issues that I need to really deal with. So I'm going to have a whole zoo in my house. I'm a hoard and just buy shit I don't need and just stack it up everywhere. Like, I mean, it's like the things they do to try to hide under their mask. It's crazy. It's crazy. So to me, these are just, and I have so many more reasons I could have just sat here and blab and blab and blab, but this is just a few just to tell you why the escape becomes necessary. Having these type of people as family members is detrimental to our health. It's detrimental to our mental health. It's detrimental to our physical health, our emotional health. I mean, because ultimately, this parent, because they're so selfish, they're recreating the narcissistic family dynamic. They are continuing this generational toxic traumatic cycle by doing this crap to you. Because you're being bullied, you're being molested, you're being spat on, talked about, mistreated. And if you don't process this the right way with the right heart, you will turn out to be that narcissist just like your parent, and because you'll end up abusing your kids. They're gonna That's just how that shit goes. So when you're left to raise yourself, because that's what happens when you have narcissistic families, when you are coming out of this dynamic, when you are a survivor of having a narcissistic mother, father, or whoever, you're left to raise yourself. You're left to raise yourself. And I think that this is where, if you are a real one, this is where it's kind of proven at. If you've gone through this abuse and you have to raise yourself, do you know how difficult it is to raise yourself, to go through things and you don't have support and love, to make decisions and you don't have support and love, to to push yourself through things like jobs and school and relationships, and man, to make mistakes, big ones, where you should have had your parent there and they're not, just things like that. Raising yourself is so difficult. And you're raising yourself, and you still have to deal with or face the fact that this parent still believes that you owe them something, or that you owe them your life. Because you have the capability to raise yourself properly, you end up becoming this thriver that you are now. You end up escaping this thing essentially, because all those things that I just named off to you about why they had you, you knew it before I even told you, because you lived it, you've experienced it, you're dealing with it maybe right now. This isn't new to you. This has been your whole life. You're not crazy, like I said. But when you have the capability and the ability to parent yourself, nurture yourself, you know, those of you that have been through this, the reason why we're thriving now, we've had to take time in our life to work on ourselves. We had to take time to reflect on ourselves. Something the narcs will never do, narcissistic people will never do, but who cares? We're not worried about them. We've had to dedicate a lot of moments where we've been isolated so we can reflect. We've had to seek therapy and support, coaching, whatever it was. We literally ran for it because we were so overwhelmed and exhausted from going through this abuse. We didn't even know we were being abused. We didn't even realize that this is what abuse really looked like, because it's not always physical. It's not always physical. And until we woke up to the problem, we couldn't escape the problem. Escaping narcissistic abuse with family and even in toxic relationships, it takes waking up to the problem. No longer accepting it because you've finally learned how to love yourself, and loving yourself told you, man, you're not the problem, man. Like you may have your little issues, you might have some stuff you need to work on, but man, you really are not the problem here. You don't see that? You really are valuable. You don't see that? You really have so much to give. You don't see that? It's their loss. They the ones messed up, man. You dealing with some sick ass people. You don't see that? Waking up to the problem is like, man, I'm not closing my eyes to this no more. This is when it becomes, you know what? Fuck you, mama. Fuck you, daddy. Fuck you, brother. Fuck you, auntie. Fuck all of y'all. Fuck this marriage. Fuck this church. Fuck all of y'all. That's the wake up. That's the enough is enough. That's the you done pushed me too far. That's the my life can't go on like this anymore because I don't owe you nothing. I am no longer loving what hates me. I don't have the capacity To keep extending my love and my hand and my time and my efforts for an environment full of people who hate me? What am I doing? I'm waking up and the number one boundary I'm going to set is how I'm coming. Who I now decide to be. That's the first boundary, because boundaries is not just about saying no. It's about letting people see who you are now, reintroducing yourself. You thought I was a puppet? Let me show you now. You can't walk all over me. If you used to think I was a doormat you can dust your little dusty feet off of with your torn up sandals, oh, let me tell you right now, you can't do that no more. Because I'm going to shut it down. I'm going to shut you down. I'm going to shut your grandma down. I'm going to shut all y'all asses down. I don't care if that's your in-law. I don't care if that's your mom. I'm going to shut all of y'all asses down. Because I'm tired. And I know that I've given. I know that I have way too much to give for me to keep sitting here and taking this mess. I won't do it. I refuse. The number one boundary. Because I'm waking up to the problem. The problem is all of y'all. Yeah, all of y'all. Fuck it, the whole family. I'm the only normal one. Okay, yup, so what? Yeah, I've discovered it. I see the truth. All of y'all fucked up. My mama's side, my daddy's side, all of y'all fucked up. Okay, I'm accepting it. And I'm going to accept that I ain't nothing like y'all. They not like us. I ain't nothing like y'all. Y'all weird. I'm the only damn one with an empathetic spirit to me. The rest of y'all are sick, narcissistic, selfish, disturbed. So you start to wake up to the bullshit. Now it becomes easier and easier to cut your own damn mother off. Oh, wow. Whoever would have thought? Because once upon a time, you were so blind to her narcissistic ways, you were willing to love on your mama, do whatever you could to build that relationship with that narcissistic parent. But you tired now. Fuck all of that. Getting to the place where you understand what it is they're doing, what they've been doing to you, and you ain't even trying to unsee it no more. Now you sleeping with one eye open like, ooh, I wonder what the fuck she's doing tonight, trying to poison my lunch. I'm watching you. I can hear you creeping down them steps at 3 a.m. I'm on to you. You know what I mean? Got you on high freaking alert. On high freaking alert. Escaping this is when you have the confidence to thoroughly assess the behavior of your abuser. Because what it does is it validates the fact that you're not them. Because y'all know more than anything else, they will make you feel crazy. They will make you feel like you are the narc. So when you get to a place where you can thoroughly assess the other person's behavior and confirm you're really not crazy, hold on. This person really did say that. They really did do that. They really did lie about that. They really did manipulate that. They really did sabotage that. They are who the hell they are. And I know I'm not crazy. No, I'm not. You won't even want to sit in the same room with them. You wouldn't even want to pick up your own mother's calls anymore. Once you start to embrace and assess the behavior and you say, you know what, it just is what it is. She really is what she is. I can't even feel sorry for her. It ain't enough empathy in this world. Mama, I love you from a mother effing distance. I will do it. My brothers and sisters, I love y'all, but I will cut y'all mother effers off too. Escaping this means you're no longer applying normal rules to abnormal relationships. Escaping that narcissistic family and escaping those toxic relationships. I'm not applying normal rules to an abnormal relationship because you can't think like a normal human being when you're dealing with narcissistic people. They're not logical thinkers, and they won't operate like you because they carry zero empathy. If they have any, it's fake. It's enough just to reel you in, sucker you in, bait you in, but it's not real, because when it's time to show how much they care about you, when something is really going on, They show you how much they could care less if you were dying right in front of them. You know, escaping this is take your emotions out of it. Ask yourself, how can I improve my life? How can I grow and be better? How can I elevate? Because escaping this means you've changed the narrative from it being about them, because it's always been about them, to now it being about you. What about you? What about your thoughts? What about your desires? What about your needs? Do you understand them? Are you taking enough time to process your own needs? Take care of your own self? Are you willing to ghost your own family so you can protect your peace? Are you willing to learn the art of calmness and silence so you can step on the necks of narcissistic people moving forward in your life? Because you have to know that this is reactive. This is a reactive abuse. This is you're dealing with a bunch of bitter ass people deep down inside, full of so much anger, so completely empty because of that, that they can't help but to be selfish and envious towards people who are nothing like them. So in order to feel better, they project all of their shit on you to try to break you, destroy you, and then, point fingers and laugh at you and accuse you and criticize you for things that they are actually doing. So when you learn to take your emotions out of it because you see that this is a game and they're just trying to get up under your skin and play with you, you learn to take your emotions out, and you learn the power of calmness because you've been working on yourself, right? You've been, working with a coach, going to therapy, taking time to yourself, working out. You know what you become? You become unbothered. Their little tactics, the hoovers, the attempts to smear your name, it becomes weaker and weaker and weaker. It becomes more and more pointless and worthless to try to get you like that because it doesn't work anymore. Trying to make you a puppet in new relationships, it just doesn't work anymore. You become harder and harder to break the more you focus on yourself, because that allows you to redefine yourself, learn how to regulate yourself, and become more aware of yourself. Let me go through these comments, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me tonight while we talk about this complex family dynamic role. It's really crazy, and I think that it needs to be talked about a little bit more often, because it's not always just about a marriage or a relationship with a narcissist. A lot of times this thing either starts from our own parents, or that's really a lot of people's real issue. Is our own mothers, our own fathers that are so hard to deal with, live with, and get proper love from. It's that. It's only difficult because it's complicated to explain it. Yeah, I saw that comment. Cassandra, I've dealt with quite a lot, very toxic, along with extreme guilt, complacent with any maternal family. Oh, lost the comment. I'm so sorry. uh Jam Noise 72. I was sexually assaulted 2 years ago, and not one of my sisters helped me. That was it for me. Yeah, yeah. They might even turn around and blame you for being sexually assaulted. Well, maybe you was too sexy that night. Maybe you was smelling too good. Like, maybe you shouldn't have even been there. Like, that's not the damn point. Or even worse, that's what you get just because they hate. Amazing journey. I've blocked him on everything and have a restraining order until the end of our divorce, and he's still hoovering and monitoring me through my family members. What the hell? Yeah, man, you trying to leave that person, they not ready to lose supply, man. They are never ready to lose supply, y'all. I tell y'all that all the time. Narcissists do not let go like you think they do. They don't. A narcissist is a fear-based and a shame-based individual. I promise you, they're not as strong as they seem to be or act, or all that toughness and all that. Man, I don't want to be married no more. I'm leaving. Yeah, they say all of that, but they don't even be ready for that. Like, you don't even know what to do with yourself. So, come on now. Elisa Williams, from all of us, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all right back. Cheryl Jenkins says, it is. I set rules today. I was a parent to my parents and younger siblings. I'm so through with them at this point. They will wear you out. It will wear you out, y'all. And then don't be that child of a narcissistic parent who brings in a step parent. Oh my God. The experience with that, for me, I had a step parent who started out nice and got so corrupted by my mother that he became the enabler parent. And then the abuse got worse. I'm like, I can't tell who's the worst narcissist at this point. It's just bad, y'all. It can get real crazy. Splizman19, hello from Mumbai, India. Hi, I really had a very bad childhood because my parent fought all the time. My birthdays, etc., were always ruined because of this. Even at 25, I still have childhood trauma. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's awful. That's awful. But you said you're 25. So at the age of 25, that's when our brains have finally fully developed. You are in the perfect age to be escaping this abuse. And by escaping, maybe not physically, but mentally, because you are learning new information that is going to save your life. I was your age when I started learning about this. That's when I started learning how to disconnect from my abusers, and that meant my own mother. It was hard at first, but I promise you, this knowledge now is going to change you for the better. You're blessed for being here. Thank you for sharing that. I'm so happy that you're here. Keep healing. Keep educating yourself. I'm so glad you were here. I hope today's message gave you something to walk away with. Woo! Goodness. Adrian said it's messed up because since their parents did it to them, don't mean do it to your own kid. Yeah, it is sad. But they don't have the empathy to give an FUCK. So they gonna do it. They don't have the empathy to, go get help because they had issues. So they'll just go ahead and have kids anyway and bring you into that drama and make you suffer for their suffering. Pretty much like make you pay for what happened to them. They kind of get a kick out of it. Like, well, if my mother did it to me, you'll be all right. I survived it. My daddy was mean to me, but I survived it. Somebody raped me, but I got over it. That's how they talk. That's how they think. They don't care about feelings or none of that. Smooth Jazz. So glad to see you. Oh my gosh. Tam Tam says, oh shit. Oh man, I missed it. Seriously, they different. Walking Dead, no soul. Oh, I got a super chat. The Discern Target 6891. Thanks, love. Thank you so much, Mommy So True. Your knowledge and help are truly appreciated. Much love. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh, you guys are awesome. You're beautiful as always. Seriously. I'm so grateful for you guys. Hey, Corinne. What up, fam? What up? Smooth Jazz says, my folks never had friends. It was weird. Yeah. Yeah, man, they're weird. You either have that narcissistic family dynamic who are weird like that. They don't socialize. They're just very, very weird like that. Like, oh my God. I don't even know what to call that. And then you have the ones who are so socializable. Like they have all the friends in the world. They have all the parties all the time. They just have to always be the life of the party. And when they're at these parties, they are the couple of the year. Okay? They are matching outfits and oh man, it's a hot ass mess in these narcissist world, y'all. They are sick. Demonically sick. The second one is my parent. Make it make sense. Corinne. And when you don't chase a man with money, because in my mind, money ain't love, you pay for that. Yep. Yep. I paid for not listening to my mother's advice on who she felt like I should probably be with. And I think the more I said no to her options, the more she just was like, okay, you are not my daughter. I don't want nothing to do with you. I'm going to find a new daughter. That's literally how it felt. It was like, ugh, I don't, I can't stand you. It was like, whatever. You don't listen. You're just rebellious. They love to call us rebellious. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if you are a survivor of narcissistic abuse, there is no escaping without rebelling. Rebelling is what saves our lives. We're going against what they said, what they want, what their opinions are. That's what saves our lives. That's what helps us escape this web of control. Because come on now, going through NPD abuse, man, you start to manifest your childhood trauma as you get older. You know, a lot of you are dealing with stuff like ADHD, OCD, concurved posture. This is when your posture just is all off, you know, overextending your foot. I don't know if any of you have issues with tripping and falling or just clumsiness in general. This is all trauma responses, panic attacks, night terrors, being a shopaholic, a foodaholic, a workaholic, maybe even an alcoholic or addicted to smoking, whether it's cigarettes, weed, whatever. Clenching your fist and your jaw, all those type of things, man. Plus more. I'm probably sure there are hundreds more I can name. You know, back pain, especially lower back pain, pain on top of the shoulders, in the neck. You know, I'm always doing this. I'm always rolling my neck around and stretching, and I just always feel achy. Waking up in the morning, it's like I'll be feeling like I'm 80 years old. I'll be like, oh, you know, so it's a lot. So escaping is literally choosing your life, because being there is death. You feel like you're dying, and it leads you to an early grave. It starts to break you down, wears you completely out, man. It's a poisonous experience. And, you know, if you're struggling, if you're watching this and you're like, man, I am so sick of my narcissistic families and these toxic relationships. I want to do better. I want to help myself. What do I do? What do I do? Reach out to me. We can have a conversation. If you don't want to work with me as a life coach, just let me allow me to give you some pointers on what maybe you can do to be better or to feel better. Like I said, information and details to reach me is in the contact or in the description box. You can see that after the live. Thanks for being here. If you're new, welcome. You know, shout out to all my new subscribers. Shout out to my day ones. You guys are amazing. I so appreciate y'all. Thank y'all all for being here tonight. The moderators, the members, the love that you've given and shown. I just really appreciate all of it. Thanks for, you know, sitting here and listening to me yap tonight. I actually look forward on jumping on live again tomorrow. So you guys stay tuned for that. We're going to check in tomorrow and get our week kicked off. So I'll see you guys live tomorrow, Monday, at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Looking forward to see you guys there. If you are available, that will be awesome. I will see you. If I didn't get to your chat, forgive me. Forgive me. I'm going to go back through another time and look at these chats. But, you know, reach out to me if you need to. Email and all that stuff is at your leisure. So once again, thank you guys so much. Thank you all for the gifts. Tam, I see that super chat, love. Sorry I missed it. I just caught it. Thank you so much for the love and support. I truly appreciate it. Oh my goodness. I'm going to see you guys next time. Catch y'all tomorrow night live, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I will see y'all there. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, everybody. Keep on thriving. Keep escaping these narcissistic demons. Much love, fam. See y'all later. Take care, everybody. Mwah, mwah, mwah.